A year of work for a 4-minute flight. Isn't that something?
We're all ready if you are, sir.
Well, let's go find out if this...
We got a breach in the perimeter.
Thank you. Buzz Lightyear mission log. After a full year of being marooned on this planet, our first test flight is a go. Let's get everyone home.
Good luck, Captain. We're all counting on you!
Roger that.
There's a star waiting in the sky.
Hello, Buzz. I am Socks, your personal companion robot.
We'd like to come and
We're being pursued by just a massive robot.
waiting in the sky.
That was utterly terrifying, and I regret having joined you. Buzz!
Lightyear!
Let all the children begin.
I can provide sleep sounds if you like. I have several options. Summer night, ocean paradise, whale calls.
No. White noise is fine.
Very well.
Good night, Socks.
Good night, Buzz.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, good morning. Great to see you all in a good condition. Welcome back with me in your favorite YouTube channel. Now you are watching the online podcast. Together we have invited big star from popular music production houses in the world. If you are curious, don't go anywhere. Just stay in front of your screen. Make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already, and if you like our video, don't forget to give a thumbs up and write your comment below. Let me introduce myself and my partner. I am Bina Ayu Fitria. I'm your host for today. Also, my friend Tarisa Putri Sasabila as about our co-host. Our podcast today is controversial issue in movie Lightyear 2022. Do they support LGBT? Lightyear is a film by the Pixar production house with release in 2020. The main character is Buzz Lightyear, as we know from the Toy Story series. Immediately, please welcome our big guest star this morning. They are very famous and talented in their fields. The first is Mrs. Galen Sussman as producer of movie Lightyear, and there is Mr. Angus McLean as director. We also invite two big voice artists Buzz Lightyear and Izzy Hawthorne. Please welcome Mr. Chris Evans and Mrs. Kiki Palmer. First thing first, how do you like say hi and greet your friend from Indonesia?
Hi everyone, hello Indonesia. Nice to see you all. Hope you are in good condition always. So all Buzz fans, watch this podcast until the end. Thank you.
Alright, thank you sir. Our agenda today is about to have small conversation, discussion, and also the Q&A session. I'm a big fan of Buzz from Toy Story series. I have a lot of questions about Lightyear and I'm sure that the audience is curious too. So I hope you will share a lot of interesting story today. Let's get into our first discussion. You can explain in detail about the movie you are working on. As we all know, the character Buzz Lightyear from the Toy Story series is very popular among children. And what makes this version of Buzz unique from the Toy Story 1? Why was it important to tell this story about the particular character at this time? Maybe you can tell us about it from Mrs. Galen Sussman. So time is yours.
Okay, thank you. For me, when I started as a studio 25 years ago, he was one of the first characters that I worked on, and I always felt a real connection to him. His personality type kind of square and dry and funny in sort of a strange way. I want to make a movie that was like satisfied movie that you arrive at thinking it's one thing, but then it's ultimately about Buzz pursuing this idea of what he thinks a hero means, and then ultimately revealing to be something more interesting than that kind of story might suggest. He's almost like a character who is confused of what heroism means and loses his way as the movie goes along, hopefully to recognize that heroism isn't just about him doing it by himself. That actually requires a lot more help from a lot more people. And I think he gets a little bit to wrap up this idea of his own mythos, which I think it's interesting idea since the way these movies are made is not just two people. We represent hundreds of people, and I think that there's something really interesting about the way that nature of this process that can cause you to be isolated when the reality is it takes a large of group of people to actually achieve that's necessary. So that's for me.
Yeah, it is wonderful. And how about Mr. Angus? Maybe you have your own perspective or you wanna add some additional information about the character Buzz. You talk about how Buzz is at odds with his environment, how it does that force him to involve us, the movie progress.
Okay, actually, Buzz is always focused on the future or what he should be doing and always frustrated about where he is in the present. As the story goes along, he realizes how of control his own destiny even with the best of intentions of his choice. So it really comes out when he is going to be willing to accept where he is and be happy with that or only be dissatisfied and that really comes out to his own personal reaction those situation.
Okay, jump to the another discussion. So we discover various negative headlines about this film after it was released. Based on several US news websites, one of the many controversies surrounding this film is that it contains LGBT. There's even a kissing scene between the same sex. I understand how important this discussion is. My question is, that is true. Could you please explain this issue? So, Mr. Chris Evans, as a past voice actor, what your thoughts? Do you agree with this issue?
Okay, thank you. I've been asked several times. The scene is fun, beautiful, and makes me happy. That is my answer whenever someone asks about this problem. Then I will answer, it's fun. It's hard not to feel frustrated that this is even a topic of discussion, that this is news. I know that this brings up rather crucial discussion that many people, countries, and religions prohibit the existence of LGBT, but I personally have no problem with that. Even after receiving a lot of hate comments, like when I surf on Instagram and Twitter, many people scold on me.
So, you received that many hate comment, right? Then, how you respond on that?
Yes, it's a lot of hate comment. Like they kind of blame me, and I think, yeah, that's not me. I don't even doing the kissing scene because many people ask me for the in my Instagram, and yeah, I didn't really think it's normal for that to happen, so I just keep quiet when they said that. We heard that several countries have banned this film from being shown. Even big countries, including China and Arab, criticize that this film is not suitable for children to watch. Can any one of you explain about this problem? Does this problem have a big impact on the income you get?
Okay, So actually, many countries asked us to cut the scene, like China, for example. However, Disney rejected that, and until now, we have not received a response from the country. Seeing the response, it seems that China will also ban this film from being shown. Yeah, I haven't seen the latest update regarding the screening of Lightyear, but I'm sure the number of viewers for this film has decreased even less than other Disney Pixar films. And of course, it affects to the movie incomes. It has happened and far from our expectations.
Then, why did you choose not to cut the controversial scene? Is there any particular reason?
Initially, footage was cut by Disney Pixar's and distributor of Lightyear. However, the decision was strongly opposed by Pixar animators. They demand through an open letter last March. They said that Disney demand to the cutting of nearly all months of blatant display the same-sex affection, despite protests from the creative team and Pixar executive. I think that's why until now this problem has not been resolved, and as a result, many countries have banned Lightyear films from being shown.
Okay, it is such great explanation. So we have already chosen one audience that is given the opportunity to ask a question. Mrs. Nila, what is your question?
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. My name is Nila Fizdolelia and I'm from Indonesia. I wanna ask to Mr. Chris Evan, whenever you do something about representation or diversity or whatever, they're always push back. I mean, how would you counter that?
Okay, thank you. I mean, the real truth is those people are idiots. I think throughout history, you can see every time there has been social advancement as we wake up. I mean, the American story, human story, is one of constant social awakening and growth. That's what makes us good. Then, you know what happens? There is always going to people who are afraid and unaware and trying to hold on to what was before, but those people die off like dinosaurs, and I think the goal to pay them no mind, march forward and embrace the growth that makes us human.
Okay, it doesn't feel like we've reached the end of our event. Thank you to the guest stars who are here today and want to talk with us. You have worked hard today. Before closing the show, maybe you want to promote the Lightyear film to the audience, then feel free.
Okay, hello Indonesians, hello YouTube. Don't forget to watch the Lightyear film at the nearest cinema. Bring your girlfriends or family and watch Buzz Lightyear's adventure to infinity and beyond.
Don't forget to press the subscribe button and turn on the notification so you don't miss exciting videos from this channel. We say goodbye, have a nice day, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.